Hey, Shalom. Okay, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the children of Israel that are faith-based, people of Negro, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian descent. All right, Israelite foreigners as well that's living amongst these heathens around the four corners of the earth. It may resemble the heathens as well, but through their father's side, they're Israelites. Again, peace and shalom. All right, so I'm just trying to get past this madness. You know, that some heathens is going to make it, which is madness. That's complete madness, man. There are a lot of brothers and exposed and brought it out that these niggas had to clearly have obviously done sold the hell out, man. Or looking to. You know, if they haven't already, you know. Personally, I think that through all these years, a lot of them were just waiting for their opportunity to shoot their shot, you know, to Esau, to please Esau. Personally, that's just, you know, looking and knowing the characteristics of wicked niggas that we observed growing up, you know, in the world and the industry. They all have the same characteristic, just looking for their opportunity by showing their loyalty to this devil. That's all it is, which pretty much means that they're non-believers anyway, that they don't believe in this truth. You know, so that's why a lot of them are starting to begin to go astray, because they were never with us in the first place. You know, besides, I'm a strong believer, as the scripture says, that a man's countenance, and I always thought that, you know, God's just their spirit, man. It's never right, period. It's never right, period. You know. And now here we are trying to push that this false bullshit that these heathens are literally going to be, which are our enemies. Let me not fail to mention Nehemiah the 5th chapter, where it's mentioned in Nehemiah the 5th chapter. Yet there are and you know what? Let me do this. It's out of curiosity, edifying sake. Let's do this. Let's pull this up here. It's gonna be a quick video, cause this madness don't need to be spoken on too much, man. Cause it's you know it's good to edify on it, but you know it's madness. You know, we've been butchering and killing it, you know, slicing and dicing with the sword this false doctrine as far as heathen's going to be with us in the, because that's part of that Christian doctrine. That's part of that Catholic doctrine, which, if I'm correct, the word Catholic means universal. You know, and there's nothing universal about Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. He's for his people and his people only. You know, it's his way, you know, and no other way only. You know what I mean? It's self-explanatory, the scriptures. You know, and again, the scriptures is not to some private interpretation, you know, meaning that each individual, whatever they feel that their truth could be, you know, whatever they feel in their heart that make their tummy fizzle, and it makes them feel good. No, unfortunately, it don't work that way. You know, it does not work that way. So we're coming in the spirit of truth, you know, the spirit of truth, in spirit and in truth. Let me get that first. Hope I'm doing it right. Yeah, truth. Out of Yahweh Shai's mouth, in spirit and in truth. Matthew's. John. Ephesians 5:9, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. All right, so let me get this John here. Oh, here we go. John 4:23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father Yahweh seeketh such to worship him. So he's the Father of who? You know, who's our Father? The Israelites, the 12 tribes. Our Father is Yahweh, what? Yahweh Shai. All right. That's self-explanatory. Let me do this real quick before I move on to that Nehemiah. But the time is coming, indeed, it is here now, when true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. The Father Yahweh is looking for those who will worship him that way. So truth is important, isn't it? You know, it's not according to your heart. Scriptures tell you that the heart is wicked of all things. All right? I'm just going through truth real quick. See if I can dig something out of it. Here we go. A Greek word there.
Strong's G 225. Aletheia.
Aletheia. Almost sounds feminine, doesn't it? Just like wisdom is a feminine. Is that Sophia? It almost sounds feminine in itself. Truth. Let me play it again. And we're to treat this thing as
Strong's G 225. Aletheia.
And it's funny. It sounds like my mom's name. My mom's name was Aletha. You know, she's in the spirit world right now. She's right now. You know, crying the Most High to get us the hell up out of here. Aletheia. And my mom's name was Aletha. Objective. What is true in any matter under consideration? What is true in any matter under consideration? No, not in any matter. See how they snuck that in there? What is true in any matter under consideration? Truly and truth, according to truth of a truth in reality, in fact, certainly of a truth in reality. You know, hold on, let's get the reality of these scriptures. Hold on. What is true in things appertaining to the Most High and the duties of man, moral and religious truth in the greatest latitude. The true notions of the Most High, which are open to human reason without any supernatural intervention. The truth as taught in the Christian religion, respecting the Most High and execution of his purpose through Yahweh Shai, and respecting the duties of man, exposing alike to the superstitious of the Gentiles and the invention of the Jews, and the corrupt opinion and precepts of false teachers, even among Christians. There you go. Ooh, the candor of mind which is free from affection, pretense, simulation, falsehood, and deceit. Pretense. An attempt to make something that is not the case appear true. And that's what we're dealing with here. With these jackasses, man. And that's what they literally are. Just simple jackasses. You know, worldly jackasses, man. You know, because, you know, that time, that hour is coming, whereas the scripture says, but the time is coming, indeed it is here. That hour is coming when, the world's going to clearly know that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is only coming for his people, man. That's it. Just the Israelites. Just the Israelites, man. Period. The nation. And more specific, it's that elect who he's coming for. And there ain't no getting around that, And as far as these heathens concerned, again, what I'm about to get you is here, that they are literally our enemies. Literally, man. Here we had this wicked ass pagan day pass. Any of you niggas have any heathens over? Yeah, I'm sure some of these niggas probably got, you know, sisters or friends, their wise friend who's, laying around opening her legs to an Edomite. They were welcomed in on their Thanksgiving. That's mainly who they really dealing with. A lot of these, some tares or some straight up Edomites, man. So, personally, under no circumstances, I don't say hi and all this and that, because my son's wife, sister, is laying around with a heathen, a straight up Edomite, man. I mean, he got a foul spirit on him, and he said some foul shit. I never mentioned it to anyone, but he said some foul shit one time that went over everyone's head. And I took great offense of it, because I'm not going to allow some Edomite to, say some foul shit about an Israelite, especially an Israelite who I'm friendly with and who's friendly with me. I'm cool with that, man. I'm not cool with it at all. So here we go. Let's this hit Nehemiah 5:9 here. The enemy. Also I said, it is not good that ye do, or ye not to walk in the fear of our power, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies. The heathen, our enemies. I'm curious to see Goy. That's who these small hats label us as. Goyim. Cattle. Nation, people, usually of non-Hebrew, usually of non-Hebrew people. Okay? So, you go. Personal, national, adversary, enemy, foe. Therefore, ye now, our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children, and lo, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants, and some of our daughters are brought unto bondage already. Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyard. And I was very angry when I heard their cry and these words. Then I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles and the rulers, and said unto them, ye exact usury, every one of his brother. And I set a great assembly against them. And I said unto them, we after our ability have redeemed our brethren, the Jews, which were sold unto the heathen. And we will ye even sell out your brethren, or have they, or shall they be sold unto us? Then held they their peace, and found nothing to answer. Also I said, it is not good that ye do, or ye not to walk in the fear of our power, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies. I likewise and my brethren and my servants might exact of them money and corn. I pray you, let us leave off this usury. Okay. Because you can't use usury against another Israelite brother. We can charge usury on the heathens, man. So my point is, the heathen, our enemies. Okay? So here we go. You mean, because, hey, I just can't fathom it, man. I mean, seriously, I can't fathom that, as far as the salvation, because they mention salvation too in the videos that they've made concerning these heathens, and giving that, insinuating like that the salvation is for some of those too. No, unfortunately not, because as far as I'm concerned, as far as the scriptures is concerned, we're not going to be delivered up in some in the chariots, man, looking down on the lake of fire. In the corner, you're going to have the Jackson Five here, the Heathen Five. You know, can you imagine that? No, I can't even imagine it, but it's not going to be happening, man. Because when we delivered up out of here, we're going to be calling on you. We're going to be giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. These heathens, who they're going to be giving honor to the cow butthole god. And I'm not even exaggerating or trying to be funny. We're dealing with heathens here, man. Here we're looking down. It's still in that spirit of getting delivered and going through that terror, you know, to get delivered. And you gonna have some of these motherfuckers in the chambers. Come on, look at that, man. There is no way possible. There is no. It's not. Oh, look. You mean to tell me these? Man, you know what? As a matter of fact, what's second Ezra the 3rd chapter is coming to mind. But let's hit Psalms. These heathens aren't calling on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Nor do they know him. I'm hoping this is correct. Psalm 79:6. Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name. For they have devoured Jacob and laid waste his dwelling places. I should have pulled out, actually downloaded the Psalm of Esau, Edom in his true element, man, but it's all good. You know, heathens, man. Let's see what this heathen says. Goy again, it's still Goy. Okay, of a non-Hebrew people, obviously. Going to be in the kingdom. We're going to be in the chariots, and I can't fathom it, man. There is literally it's virtually impossible. It's virtually impossible. There's I can't remember his name. Gave an interview back in 2012, speaking on the project Looking Glass, and all the experts and scientists and smart people they got together to come up with this conclusion, where they got all these scientists together to change the outcome. That's what the whole point of these scientists coming together is. They were playing out through computer simulations and whatever. I can't explain it no other way, but they did use a computer in the minds of these smart scientists to use different scenarios. If they do this, if they do that, with the sole purposes of changing the ending of future prophecies, things that are to come. See, these people got together to change it, try to figure out ways to change it, but the conclusion they came to, and they all kept coming to, and the computer kept coming to, no matter what scenario plays out, it will always come to the same conclusion, the end. The end is no way in hell through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's prophecies that they can be changed. And that's the same with his judgment. That's the same with his law, statutes, commandment. They can never change, and they will never change. And through those, again, through Project Looking Glass, no matter how many scenarios and that they played out, simulations that they played out through destructions and through violence and through whatever they were using, that it all roads led to the same exact judgment. They led to the same exact place, the end. When what that end represented was the end of these heathens ruling. And they're still, even to this day, they're looking to change prophecies, which is virtually impossible, man. It's literally virtually impossible. So ain't gonna be no heathens on the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know? Look at that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Psalms 147. Can't make that up. I love this guy. I love bringing it out because it just hits. It hits them like a hammer, man. You know, it hits them like a hammer. Psalm 147:19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So does that even resemble that they know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's judgment? That neck stretching, man, that's some. You can die from that. They remove them rings. I would look into why they do it. And as a matter of fact, I probably end up doing it. What are they assimilating? You know what I mean? What is it from the idol that they serve? You know, it's just, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Going to be in the kingdom? Going to be in the chariots? You lost your damn minds, man. Heathens, man. Heathens in their practices, in their crazy practices, man. This is just mind. It's just mind-boggling to even consider such a thing. It's foolishness, man. It's foolishness, man. So let me close here. Here we are crying to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to get the hell up out of here. They don't find nothing wrong with being here, these heathens. Second Ezra, the 3rd chapter here. When this was done many years, then they that inhabited the city forsook thee, and in all things did even as Adam and all his generations had done, for they also had a wicked heart. And so thou gavest the city over into the hands of thine enemies. Are their deeds then any better than the inhabitants of Babylon, that they should therefore have the dominion over Zion? For when I came hither, I seen impieties without number. Then my soul saw many evildoers in their 30th year, so that my heart failed me. For I have seen how the suffering suffers them sinning, and has spared wicked doers, and has destroyed thy people, and has preserved thine enemies, and has not signified it. I do not remember how this way may be left. Are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel? You know, some good questions. You know, we're going to give the good answer. No. Or is there any other people that knoweth thee beside Israel? Or what generation hath so believed thy covenant as Jacob? There are none. And I've showed you, see those examples. Just look at the world. The world is given the perfect examples, man. But I just gave those visuals as an example of those other nations that don't know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. I mean, there's 2/3 of Israel that don't even know Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. This generation of niggas that love that long hair. That they even go to the hair salon and get dreadlocks, dreadlocks braided in. Or, hey, Judah can grow. He'll grow some dreadlocks. Well, the tribes, period. Especially Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They'll grow dreadlocks. They can grow them. The Judite, Benjamin, and Levite men could grow longer hair than our women. So don't get that twisted. So is there any other people that know of thee beside Israel? What generation have so believed thy covenant as Jacob? And yet their reward appears not, and their labor have no fruit. For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth and think not upon thy commandments. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell the world. That's also dwell the world. And so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. And let me be more specific, only amongst the elect of Israel. That's where you're hearing the name. Examples. You have Jake waking up to their true nationality, being a Hebrew Israelite. But you have masses of them calling on some goddamn Yahuwah. That name is starting to circulate more and more, and they're starting to abuse that false name like they use the name Jesus in their hip-hop songs and their rap songs and their gospel songs, and they're starting to abuse the hell out of that name, whoever the hell that is, Yahuwah. So again, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. That's the elect. The sheep that heareth his voice and follow. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. And you don't even hear Amalek calling on the name. First of all, the name is a terror unto those devils, man. And it doesn't mention the heathen, though. Let me find that. Is it Malachi? Or is it Micah? Is it Malachi or Micah? Is it Malachi or Micah? Here, let me do this. Let me do this quick search on my phone here. It'll take me a second to find it. Do. Oh man, it's lucky. Dreadful. It's dreadful amongst the heathen. There you go. But cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male and a vow, and sacrifice it unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith Yahweh of hosts. and my name is dreadful among the heathen. Al-Shaja, the common nickname that these heathens call him, refer to him as. So was that 14? So they're not calling on the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. It's only going to be found amongst the elect of Israel. Curse is the cheat who promises to give a fine ram from his flock, but then sacrifices a defective one to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that's exactly what those jackasses are doing. They're giving a foul sacrifice full of blemishes. Their sacrifices is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Curses the cheat who promises to give a fine ram from his flock, but then sacrifices a defective one to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For I am a great king, said the Lord of heaven's armies, and my name is feared among the nations. I like the word dreadful. That dreadful. Yahweh.
Strong's H3372. Yareh. Yareh.
To fear, revered, be afraid, to fear, be afraid, to stand in awe of, be awed, to fear, reverence, honor, respect, to be fearful, be dreadful, be feared, to cause astonishment and awe, be held in awe, to inspire reverence or godly fear or awe, to make afraid, terrify. There you go, to shoot poor. So that name's not coming from amongst these heathens. That's where we didn't learn it from these heathens. We learned it through men who Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and raised up, who we refer to as our elders and apostles, man. Simple as that. It's a spiritual thing what's going on here, that he raised up men and he put in their spirit to interpret the name through the spirit. As he said to Yahushua said to Peter, and he told Peter that the Spirit revealed them things to him, because Peter answered correctly. He said, the Spirit has revealed those things unto you. It's the Spirit, man. You have to have spiritual eyes just to understand. You got to have spiritual eyes just to maintain yourself in this truth, period. All right. So let me get out of here. Close with this here. And here we go. 2 Ezra 6:15. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, which they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So they're nothing, man. And now, O Yahweh, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure unto the end? As the scripture says, he that endureth unto the end, shall inherit the heathen. He that endureth unto the end. You see, We got to endure, man. I'm not sure if it's just 2, 3. And he that overcometh and keep my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power. And I will write upon him my new name, is Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. So I hope you're edified. Again, here we are at the end. Lock in, we're at the end. And keep your garment, man. The Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has told us to go unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Nowhere in the scriptures where it says, and go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel and go get a few of those heathens while you're at it. No. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So I hope you were edified. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom.